I'm just bragging at this point.
You are.
Wait, can I steal his screen share?
What? Like you in a
No,
stream?
I
No,
can't.
you can't because I have my music, dude.
But we haven't even started yet. Let me screen share for like a minute.
Maybe we did start and I just didn't tell
I
you.
didn't. I'm literally watching OBS, bro. I've used it before.
Huh?
We haven't started. I can see OBS.
Oh, let's go back right here where it says stop recording. All right, everybody, welcome to the Tech and Then Some podcast, the podcast where, who knows, it might even be candid. Some people might not even know that they're being recorded. Big day in a few days. It's going to be WWDC25 on June 9th. How's everybody holding up with the excitement, dude?
I'm doing great. I can't wait for it.
I mean, look, it happens every year, and what's gonna happen is people are gonna talk about it after, for about 2 days, and then we're gonna get our iOS 27 leaks, and then that's gonna start back up again, and people will talk about iPhones, and it'll be great. Anyway, this podcast is recorded a little bit differently because we have a live audience. Right now, it's like one dude named Will. But we are doing it in a live chat room on the FPT server. So, Will says, "What's good, gang?" I don't know, dude. Look, you're one guy. If you have any questions, you want to come up here, join the hosts, then we'd love to have you, bro. Okay. So, oh my God, I just unplugged my thing. WWDC25. Asher.
Well, either one of two things is gonna happen. Either you're gonna do a lot of editing on this, or you're gonna do absolutely nothing, and we're gonna end up with the most random podcast ever.
Oh, it's gonna be random. That's what's so fun about it. And then it gets.
I'm super excited for that.
Yeah, these podcasts do viral, bro. And that's why.
Wait, they do?
Yeah,
Your
you didn't know
Safari
that's all?
icon's actually bad, though.
You think this is bad? Okay, so
The
for
Safari icon, Apple wouldn't do that.
explain what it is for our audio listeners.
Oh, yeah, that's a good point. Imagine the Safari icon, right? But if you were to take that, and rather than being the current size with a circle in the middle, like imagine just like a toilet paper roll. And the brown part of the toilet paper is the blue of the Safari logo. And the white part around it is the white part, but the toilet paper roll is halfway gone.
Why is that such a good analogy?
I don't understand anything you're saying, and I'm staring at it.
Like, look at the side. Like, imagine you're looking at like the side of a toilet paper roll. Like you're looking
Okay.
down the hole.
Some people just don't get it, man.
Yeah, some people just don't get it. It's fine, bro. Don't stress.
Oh, yeah, the guy in the chat, Will, whatever his name is, he was right. I think Apple will just make it a full circle.
Yeah.
Or like not make the whole icon. If they keep it a squircle, thank you, Will. I appreciate you.
I mean, did y'all
Is his
see
name
what
actually
they?
Will? Hold on. Yeah, it is. Okay, good.
Yeah, did y'all see what they did for the Notes app?
Yes.
I mean, not
Oh, wait, I
Notes
think
app,
you meant
invites.
Apple invites. Yeah, I saw.
I mean,
Yeah.
dude, what other explanation is there, really? There's some
It's
weird.
gonna kind of suck though that all of your designs were like wrong.
It's okay. Mine will be looked back upon like, dude, remember when we thought iOS 26 would look like this? And then we actually got like pyramid shaped icons.
That'd be so sick.
Yeah, like 3D. They're gonna
Wait,
go.
hold on, Asher. I just realized that's actually like hyper functional.
Why?
Think
Because they
about it,
fit
you can
together.
they fit together and they stack. And you can have
That's
rows.
stupid.
Bro, you need
That's
to
actually true.
You need to make a concept of this. Pyramid icon. No, wait, here we go. Hexagon. Hexagons are the
those
best
don't fit.
hexagon. Heck no, yes they do. Hexagons are the best hexagons. If you ever
Wait,
watched
what-
the PPG Gray video about that, you're wrong.
What about widgets?
Hexagons. You just make it takes up multiple hexagons.
But squares are literally a grid. Wouldn't-
No hexagons. Trust me, hexagons are the best hexagons.
Dude, where'd you learn that? And why are you so obsessed with this
What?
phrase?
There's a video. It's a multi-million view video, bro. I will send it on the chat.
Multi-million? That means nothing.
I think we're getting sidetracked, guys.
Look, it's okay. We get extra time on the show, dude, to elongate the podcast. Dude, this is, I don't know. Part of me wants the round icons.
Chat.
Yeah.
Marquez Brownlee just dropped the Nintendo Switch 2 review.
I already watched it.
That was
how
a
was
month
it?
ago, bro.
Yeah, dude. What do you
I don't have
expect us
noticed
to
my
review
God.
his review on the? That's not happening.
I mean, if we talk about Nintendo Switch 2 enough, we could get like. We
Oh,
could
the
get, like,
SEO.
reviews.
Well, not
about
anymore. Now that it's out, now it's gonna be oversaturated.
Oh, but what if we talk about Nintendo Switch 3?
That's not how that works. Oh, dude, we're literally talking about iOS 26. That's the most
Okay.
SEO we're gonna get.
16 million views, bro. You guys need to watch this video.
Dude, we watched the video. Okay, look, let's go down this list. I have a list right
Not
here.
that video. It's a different video.
I don't care, dude.
Hey, Will, go watch this video, Will, and come back. How do I comment in the chat? Oh, here it is. Will, watch
You're
this video.
sending them away from the show? That's crazy.
Yes. Go watch this and come back and prove to me that hexagons aren't the best hegons, Will. Thank you so
Okay,
much.
I want to
Appreciate
get. Yeah, we'll get his thoughts on there. He said, "Hell no."
No. Still no.
That's
Okay.
crazy, bro.
First of all, glass-like
Keep us
elements. Okay, let me skip this horrible song. Much better. Okay, so glass-like elements. This has been a thing for a while. I remember we thought iOS 18 was gonna get glass elements, like glassy UI that looked like Vision OS. I remember right after Vision OS came out, everybody was like, yeah, they're gonna do it to iPhone, they're gonna do it to everything. And now it seems like it's actually happening, because I guess they pushed it back last year. Dude, why are you on mute, bro?
Because I have siblings, but
Oh,
also, yeah, I think they
good
pushed it back
excuse.
for Apple Intelligence.
I mean, I don't know. It feels weird that we're trying to mimic like depth and stuff on a 2D screen. Like the whole idea.
I mean,
Good.
they've done that before with iOS 7, parallax.
Well, they flattened everything in iOS 7. They did the opposite, and now it feels like they're going back.
No, like with
think
the parallax depth effect.
Like, okay, here's what I think. Here's what I think why they're doing it. Right. Number one, they want everyone to get used to the design of 3D, because what I think is the goal is they're prepping us all to get accustomed to 3D, so that by the time the Apple glasses come out, late 2026, early 2027, it's normal.
Familiar. Yeah.
It's familiar, and there's none of that harsh transition period of like iPhone to Vision Pro. It's just like my iPhone.
That feels weird,
Sure.
though. The fact that they're like pushing this down our throats to get us to be familiarized with a device that's not even out yet.
I mean, isn't that kind of just what the iPod was to the iPhone? Like,
Good point.
there's like
Yeah.
there's a slow progression of, okay, first we release like a desktop computer that gets people used to working with user interfaces. And then now we slowly introduce this to more and more and more and more people while improving the user interface until we get to the point where we put a computer in everyone's backpack and everyone's comfortable with user interface.
I mean, yeah, that makes sense. As long as, look, if it looks good, it looks good. And people are going to like it. But if it looks bad, then it's just going to feel icky that they're like using it to sell something. Which, I mean, yeah, that's what they do. But feels, bro.
That's literally all they do.
Why are you typing in chat, dude? Just talk.
Okay, well,
You're
so Will
insane.
asked if the Apple glasses are going to be like the Meta Ray-Ban glasses, but without a display. Again, I have the Meta Ray-Bans. I just got them. The thing with those, they don't have a display, which I'm kind of sad about, obviously. I'm kind of disappointed that I bought them, even though I knew the Apple glasses were coming out. But I guess if I just wait another year, I'll get the Apple glasses.
They're not coming out next year.
Well, I thought late 2026. No,
I
Early
doubt it.
2027?
Probably
I
not.
doubt it. Let's place
Okay,
bets.
if Apple Intelligence is fixed,
No.
I think they already have the technology to make the glasses. The limiting factor is Apple Intelligence.
They could have the
They-
they could have the technology to teleport. It's not coming out next year.
Yeah. So different teams. They're not really linked together
Well,
that much.
No, so I get that. I get that they're different teams. But what I'm saying is the glasses aren't, no matter how good they are, like design-wise, the glasses won't be useful without Apple Intelligence.
I could see that being true.
Oh, you mean like, yeah, you mean the glasses without the display?
No, I don't care about the display. I don't know if they're going to have a display or
He's talking
not.
about the Apple glasses. Well, same thing with the HomePad or whatever they're gonna do.
Right. It's like no feature can be released like no new product can be released, no feature can be released without having a built Apple Intelligence, because every product that we want, quote quote want, can only provide value if it has Apple Intelligence at this point, because everything else in the world has some form of intelligence.
I mean, here's what I think the roadmap was like, yeah, in 2024 we're gonna introduce Apple Intelligence, then we're gonna have our HomePad, then we're gonna do the glasses, and then they kind of rushed through it. They wanted to do this AI stuff so that they can make their other products and actually sell more stuff, but Apple Intelligence didn't work, and now they're in like this kind of waiting period, like trying to get Apple Intelligence figured out so they can make more stuff. I think that that's pretty clear why they rushed themselves too. Like, it wasn't, I don't know if it was pressure from other companies. It might have just been they had some stuff they were trying to make that relied too much on a feature that didn't even exist. That's my take on it.
Tim Cook just wants the glasses before he leaves.
Yeah, that's what I heard, is he's like obsessed with creating the glasses. And
well, I mean, think about it. Technically, well, I guess not technically. Wasn't the Vision Pro the first ever product that was started development under Tim Cook?
Like new product?
Yeah.
AirTags.
But did they start development under him?
I'm sure they.
Because Apple Watch, I know they didn't start development under him.
I don't see AirTags taking more than like 3 years to develop.
That's true.
AirPods.
Definitely. Well,
no,
I don't think
AirPods came out right after.
Yeah. And it is something that like, it's something that Steve had thought of and wanted for a long time.
Yeah, same with the Apple Watch.
That's actually the same thing with the Vision Pro though too. You know, he kind of said that the experience, but he didn't have any part in developing it, right? I think that
was all Tim.
I think Tim, yeah, that was all Tim. I think Tim wants to leave behind something to be known for that is, I don't know about better than the Vision Pro, because the Vision Pro is like best in what it does, but for its price point, not many people buy it, right? He wants to have his iPhone, right? He wants to have his iPhone moment, I think.
I mean,
yeah, okay.
And hi, Immortal Phoenix.
I mean, that's what the Vision Pro should have been.
Well, yeah, but it wasn't as revolutionary as the iPhone because of the pricing.
Uh-huh.
Because like did you watch the Apple Explained video that came out like 2 days ago? That basically said why the iPhone feel like they don't change or whatever.
I saw why Apple makes so much money or whatever.
No, it was after that. He basically said in the video that the iPhone was so revolutionary, the original one, because people already carried around 3 devices almost always. You know, you had your gaming, which was your Nintendo DS. You had your like texting and calling, which was your BlackBerry, and then you had there was another one that he mentioned that people carried around at the time, and each of those products was like $250 to $300. So people were carrying around $800 to $900 of product, right? Apple came in and released a $600 product. I think it was $600, $599, maybe it was $499. That replaced all 3 of those, and in a better form factor, and with a better design, and cheaper.
Now it's replaced the camera as well.
Right.
And what? The radio, a bunch of other stuff. But
the camera, the radio, phones, like the calling, texting, email,
what else is there to replace?
Game consoles. That's why I think with glasses the glasses will replace.
Well, glasses first of all.
At a point.
Yeah. I don't know.
Because like, isn't it like, if you think about the concept of a phone, or I mean, even if you think about like the concept of a computer, but like back in the day with no technology, people got their information by reading books, and they had to go somewhere to read a book, right?
Yeah.
And then we got to the point where we would upload books to a database, and then people could go and they had to go somewhere to view a database of more books from a lot of different places, but they didn't have a personal computer. You had to go somewhere, right? Like a library. And then we got to the point where people started to get personal computers in their house, So they didn't have to go anywhere, and they could access stuff from books, but not much else. It was still really just like books and scientific stuff. Then we got to the point where people from their home could access not only books, but other people's opinions and thoughts. It was kind of like the first time people could get out of their own echo chamber without having to travel, right?
Yeah.
And the development from that was then with the internet, you could talk to anyone, anywhere. With the development of technology and hardware, you had the ability to access the platform of talking to anyone, anywhere. However, there was still multiple ways to do that they weren't combined. You still had to have a console for video gaming. You still had to have a phone for calling. You still had to have a pager for this, a faxer for this. Like, everything was separate.
Yeah, I don't think you really need to
iPhone has
replace
gotten us
anything else.
But why do we need a phone? Think about it. Like, why do we carry around a phone?
I mean, it's convenient. It's like, it has basically everything.
I don't know, dude. I don't think about all the infrastructure that we've built on screens, on specifically screens, right? Like UI, the whole idea of web design, every social platform ever.
No, I don't think we're getting rid of screens. I just think the screens are going to go from a phone to a glasses. Like, the concept of the phone is the most inconvenient way we could present information to ourselves. With the current technology, there's two futures. There's the future of everything becomes glasses, and instead of having a screen in your pocket, the screen's on your head, right?
Yeah.
And all the information we currently access is still accessible, just on your face already. So you don't have to pull your phone out. You just put it on your face, and you have your web browsers. You have your photos. You have your camera on your glasses. You get to the point where having a phone is kind of like, why would you carry something around in your pocket? Look, when everything that your phone does is on your face. But there's two things to make that happen. We need the artificial intelligence to execute on what we want. So if I, like right now, the reason that phones are still a thing is because I can't interact with a screen in a glasses.
Okay,
right?
What about sharing though? Because like, look, when I have my friend over or whatever, so much of the time we spend on our phones aren't like really just on our own devices. Like, we're like watching the same videos and like short stuff. I don't mean like share playing a movie, but like, haha, look at this funny reel. Like, what happens to those interactions?
I mean, what happened to the interactions of, I'm gonna go talk to Jeff and walk over to his house and see what he thinks about my cake, rather than now, hey, let's just call and see. I mean, like, you think about when I was a kid. That was replaced.
That was replaced by calling, by sending him a picture of whatever you said. But what replaces the whole look at this real interaction? Because if it's on my face, someone else can't see it.
Correct. And I think we're just going to get to the point where it is socially acceptable that everyone, like, there was a point where having an iPhone was weird, or at least having a phone, like before iPhone, right? 2001 timeframe. Having a phone was like weird. Only business people had phones.
Yeah.
Right? And I think that's sort of the same thing is we're going to go to, like, by 2030, we're going to have smart glasses at the point where they have replaced most of our phone except for like browsing. You can voice text, you can voice call. Well, like, people won't only have glasses, but I think by 2030, companies will be selling and people will be using smart glasses. It will be, 10% of the population in America, right? And then I think it's just going to slowly increase from there. So at the beginning, everyone is still going to have a phone, and you're still going to be able to pull your phone out to show your friends something. But as it becomes more socially acceptable to have glasses, it's just going to continue and continue. And there's going to be a point where you realize, I don't show my friends stuff on my phone anymore. I send it to their glasses.
Yeah. I don't think it'll happen by 2030, though.
Well, no, I don't think that everyone.
I don't know if it'll ever happen, dude. I don't know if as someone who.
What about brain chips? Think about Elon Musk. Like, at what point are we going to just control everything with our mind?
I mean, dude, you have a Vision Pro. You know how difficult it is to control. It's a hassle.
It's not that hard.
It's a hassle, and you know it. We both know it.
Wait. You mean to control or to use?
To navigate.
Well, I don't think it's a different. It's not as much of a hassle to use. It's more of a hassle to put on and take off. It's not like my phone, which I can just grab and look at.
It is a hassle to use, dude. It is a hassle. No, think about going to your home screen in a Vision Pro. You gotta reach up, find the button, press it, and then like look at the app, and then like tap on it. Right? Seems like all seamless and everything, but think about doing that on your phone. It's just swipe up, tap. It's like it's a muscle memory. It's really easy to do. On something like a Vision Pro, or like Will said, even on the Meta Quest, navigating is just a hassle. So either something needs to happen in the software that will change, or just the idea of having a screen that close to your face and not having physical touch isn't sustainable for all of the infrastructure that we made for screens. It would all need to change.
I mean, it's kind of like, I think it's what like Elon Musk said with building an electric plane. He said you can't take a plane that already exists and make it electric. You have to build a plane around being electric. And I think if we had the Apple Ring, right?
No.
I don't think that's ever a thing.
It's not a thing, but they have a patent on it.
Oh, yeah.
For a smart ring, right?
Yeah.
If we could get to the point where your ring is your controller, where I click it to select, like, so I don't have to have any cameras that face down or
that's
right?
too far.
No cameras
dude.
on. But I think it's a future. I mean, Apple already has a patent on it, so it's something that they're thinking about, right?
So what? Your watch and your ring are that's ridiculous.
Well, I already have a watch and a ring, so it's not that crazy for me, right? But yes, I mean, imagine if
you also have a Vision Pro.
Like, I do. If you look at something to highlight, and you just tap your ring to select, and you scroll on your ring to scroll, just like you do on your watch.
Well,
if it can become that seamless.
Aren't they doing eyeball scrolling in the new Vision OS?
What do you mean?
I heard from what was it, Gurman?
Yeah, Gurman.
When you say eyeball scrolling,
he said that there's. I don't even know. That's what I'm wondering.
You can scroll with your eyes. That's basically
yeah, he's saying instead of with your finger, you can scroll with your eyes.
Oh, with your finger?
No, like instead of your finger, you can scroll with your eyes. That's what he was saying.
How do you?
I don't know how.
It's less intuitive to use your eyes. IMO.
Yeah,
well,
it's probably accessibility.
Maybe it is an accessibility thing.
Was that 9 to 5 Mac?
I don't know. Just look up Vision Pro eye scrolling. Okay. Anyway, that was a good talk about the future of or lack of future of smartphones. But I want to keep going over the rest of iOS 26. So let's
get back on track.
Next on this list is redesigned camera app. I have a photo of it here. For the audio, or really for everybody, because nobody can see this. In iOS 26, we were rumored to get a redesigned camera app. So that means all the UI is changing. It looks more glassy. This was seen in in early builds of iOS. And I don't know. Maybe we'll get it. Maybe we won't. Maybe it gets pushed to next year. Maybe it won't exist at all. But this is what was seen by a few people, and this is what it looks like. So most of the controls, so right now on the iOS camera app, if you swipe up like in the viewfinder, you get controls for things like depth, exposure, action mode, stuff like that.
No person who is not into tech knows that you can do that.
Unfortunately, yeah, that's true. But
also, if people don't set defaults, it's so annoying to me that people have live set to on, and that people have persistent modes.
Well, this was something else that was seen is auto live. Is instead of having live photos turned on or off, you can set it to auto, which I guess checks for motion in the scene.
It's a new feature.
I don't know.
So, can I make some comments about the design?
Somebody saw that. Yeah, what's your...
So, I think I don't like at the very bottom. I don't like how much of the screen is wasted without expanding. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I do.
So like, I would rather well, can you copy and paste that whole thing and adjust it as I talk about it? So like, move the left photos thing down. The photo.
This?
Yeah. That.
Okay, let me open it up. Okay, so.
Can you just double click on it?
I
All right,
can
now
move
drag
all
that
this
down. Right, now drag it down more. Now move the photo and video thing down a little bit. Obviously.
Okay.
There we go. And maybe
this
it's a bit too low, but whatever. Now, can you move that blur down a little bit too?
This.
Like the blur, yeah.
No, well that's the 4:3 aspect ratio. You can't change that.
No one likes 4:3, bro. I use 16:9.
That's default.
It's too
Lots of
bad.
people love 4:3.
Okay, well, whatever. And then yeah, I would adjust, the portrait.
It is too bad, dude. You can't just change an aspect ratio of a sensor based on software.
Wait. Yeah, you just crop in though.
No, dude. Oh my god. No. I'm deleting this.
I take all my photos.
This looks
in
good.
16:9. I don't like how it's like I feel like there's wasted space there though.
There's wasted space.
Well, like I don't like how the things slightly stick up above the blur.
Oh, you don't like that? That's my favorite part, dude. You don't think this looks clean?
The quality of that photo is really good.
What of
Like,
this?
I don't know how that works, but like when you zoom in, the fact that stays so high quality.
So this is called vector. This is what real designers use, Asher.
Well, yeah, but the photo isn't a vector.
I mean, yeah, it's a vector element.
Right, but when you make a vector element, it scales the pixels based on the scaling of the item. But your photo only captures so many pixels, so your photo can't vectorize, right?
I don't know, dude. Dude, imagine a vector camera. Imagine how, well, that's just film. Anyway, no, this is not vector. You don't know what vector is.
We're reinventing film cameras.
We're reinventing film. Hey, look, Will, you're sending a lot of chat messages. Why don't you just come on up here, dude? I'm gonna invite you to speak. Get
Hey,
yourself
what's that
a mic.
I
second
don't think
one?
it's that simple.
What's up, Will?
What's up?
How you doing, bro? Welcome to the Tech and Then Some show
good.
about iOS and things that people care about so much. And then okay, battery intelligence.
Can't you just go back to the iOS 26 thing, like the top one?
The top one. Okay, this one.
Yeah, go there.
All right.
So let's talk about like each one, right? Glass-like elements. Finally, we talked about the future, how they're converting us and selling us. Rounded app icons. If they're gonna make it like, okay, here's my question, right?
Yeah.
If they make it rounded, that means that there's more space on the screen. Are they just gonna not do anything about that and just leave the same amount of apps per side? Because like, I mean, you can look at yours, you can tell that there's more space. You could move every app by 10 pixels, and you could fit an extra app in between each of those.
I mean,
right?
these are the size of a large icon. That's why there's no titles below them.
Okay. But like you do see that you could take the camera app and drag it between that square of photos, calendar, wallet.
Yeah.
You could add
I don't know. I think that
Make
looked
it
bad.
squeeze too much together.
Well, I'm not saying they should do that, but I am finding it interesting. Like, I wonder if they're gonna add another row, because you can move everyone up like because you're taking away more.
Honestly,
Anyway,
I'm fine with
curious about
not
that.
a lot of icons and small icons because they look cleaner. You can see more of the wallpaper.
I like big icons,
I don't use big
and
icons.
I cannot lie.
Okay.
Yeah, but you're goofy.
Well, I started
so
using them, but
Additional system font. Honestly, we can kind of already do that in some apps, like Mail, for example. But did anyone ask for this?
no. I mean system font. I don't.
Yeah, I know.
Like
did
they're
anyone
changing
ask
the
for
whole
that?
thing.
Yeah,
Like an additional. Like it gives me the option to
No.
do Times New Roman.
No.
No, like they're changing the default.
Oh hell
No, they're not changing the default either. Okay. So,
Bro,
this
what?
is from Front Page Tech. I'm going to tell you exactly what it is cuz I saw it.
Okay.
It's on the keyboard, or it was on the keyboard. that's the only place that it was
What does
seen.
that even mean?
Oh,
sounds
I
weird.
know what you mean.
The keyboard.
To make it easier to see,
Um,
like you said it before.
yeah. So you saw my tweet, right?
Are they gonna
Yeah.
make it goofy like Android, where like all of them look weird?
Well, that was just my speculation, is that it was designed to be easier seen as a single character, but that's really the only explanation. No, so basically, Asher, open up
It
your
looks so
keyboard.
pretty right now.
Oh, it's gonna look a lot better. It looks ugly and outdated if you now
Okay,
looking
but
back at it.
the more I look at it, the more I realize that none of the stuff is centered.
Yeah, and the keys
Alright.
have like ugly shadows and stuff below them.
I don't notice any shadows, but I'm also in dark mode, so.
So basically, the whole gist of it is, I guess I don't have a photo of the keyboard here, but you know, there's just gonna be prettier shading on the keys, and then the font itself, I think it's a little bit taller. So it looked like SF. It's hard to explain. It looked like SF
like-
Pro, but
It's like
it was,
the new Minecraft update where Minecraft got native shaders. We're just getting
What?
fancier graphics on keyboard.
No, you can't relate everything to Minecraft. I'm talking about the font still. Like the font, it looks like SF Pro, but it's like.
Okay, fine. Skip it then. Let's go to the next thing. Zoom back
Okay.
in.
Okay. All right. We're zooming back in.
All right, so dual recording on 17 Pro, I think it's actually, if they only bring that to the Pro and not to any other model, there's no way I believe that's happening. Well, okay, two things. There's no way I believe that being able to use front and back camera at the same time is only coming to the Pro, because there are third-party apps that allow you to switch between them, right? So when you say dual
Yeah.
recording, I know that for a fact on every model, if they do bring it, for a fact on every model, you'll be able to switch between the front and the back camera while recording. However,
That's different.
wait, I know. However, I think there's either two methods that they could approach to dual recording. Either option A is they allow you to record both the videos at the same time, and I don't know how they would do this, because if you sort by date in the camera app, they're both going to be like, you'd have to, I don't know how it would work, if it'd be like a burst and you could view both tracks.
No, I know
Or
exactly
if,
how.
and if you could, you've seen it, haven't you?
No, I haven't seen it, but I have a theory. I think I told this to you on like an X, the Twitter live stream or something. But I'm going to explain to the world right now. Dude, imagine they introduce this tomorrow. How cool. I mean, not tomorrow, on the 9th. How cool that would be. Okay.
That would be a game changer.
No, here's my idea. They're gonna do what they did with iMessage, where they're gonna make it a hell to use on Android, but it's gonna be an ecosystem feature. Hear me out. So whenever you do this dual recording thing, it literally records it as a UI to where whenever you watch it back, it shows like the front camera up in the top right and like a little window, and then you could tap
Picture
on it
in
to swap
picture.
it. Yeah, it does a picture
Oh,
in
that would
picture.
be cool.
You can swap it. And here's the cool part is whenever you text that to someone else with iMessage and they save it to their Photos app, it does the same thing. They can swap between them. They can view it the exact same way you did. But
I really hope they do that.
if you text
see
it
the
to an
vision.
Android phone, it's either frozen in a picture or you have to like choose which track you want to send. And they can't
Wait, but
swap
here's
between
my
it.
problem.
That's a good idea.
So, that's a great idea, except I have one question.
Yeah.
Do you ever airdrop photos or send photos with all photo data turned on?
I don't worry about it. I just do it.
Okay. Well, it's like when I got my phone, I was 16 when I got my first phone, right?
Okay.
So I didn't have anything on my phone at all. Nothing. I had no photos from my
Yeah.
life, nothing. So when I went on my mom and dad's phone and I selected all the photos with me in them from when I was born till now, right?
Uh-huh.
I turned on all photos data and airdropped it, right? Well, all photos data provides edit history of the photos, provides additional metadata, and like other stuff, right?
Yeah.
So my question would be, is if I text you a normal video that I recorded, like hypothetically, if they give you the option to record a video while swapping, like swap while recording, right?
Uh-huh.
Then if I record a video and 30 seconds in, I swap. If I go to send it with the swap, does it automatically swap in the video you receive? Or do you have to send it with like all photo data.
Oh, if you
so
do,
that
if
the
you
person can swap themselves.
You think you're overthinking it. If you swap while you're recording, it's just gonna be how it is on like Snapchat, where it's just one video and then it's just baked into the video. It's like
Right.
you know
when
how
you share it with the other person, they can't swap between while they're watching it.
swap. Are we talking about swapping while you're recording?
Yes.
Are you talking
and
about
then
swapping
sharing
the
it.
picture-in-picture or swapping like which one you're recording with?
So well, think about it. Swapping the picture-in-picture means you're recording with both at the same time, right?
Yeah.
Right. So if I'm recording with both, and I want to quote swap what the main camera is, then when like for example, let's say I'm talking to the camera and I'm like, hey guys, well, today I'm going to be showing you my brand new desk setup. I swap while recording both the front and the back. I swap to the front camera, show the desk, point to the stuff, and then I swap back to me. When I go to send someone that video, does it stitch out the other parts before I swap to save space?
Oh no.
And then I have to
No.
on all photo data for them to be able to view both tracks.
Dude, you're overthinking it. No, so look, if you do dual recording and you record at the same time, it records everything. And
Right.
and it records them as two separate video tracks. And what I'm saying, look, okay, I want to do a disclaimer. None of this whole ecosystem stuff is based on leaks. I'm just trying to get across to him what my idea is and how I think Apple should do it. Okay? Now that we got that out of the way.
I fully understand your idea, though.
Okay, so there's a difference between swapping cameras and dual recording.
So what would you use dual recording for?
For a lot of stuff, the example that first comes to my head is like filming yourself in a roller coaster. You could see like your POV and you could see looking at your face and seeing your reaction at the same time. That would be a fun example.
So you kind of get like a 180 cam. It's not like an instant 360.
I don't
it's not
think
like an.
Yeah, I don't think
No,
they'll
no,
stitch
it's
it,
not
but
like-
yeah, that idea.
Yeah. Wouldn't that be crazy
Well,
if?
Okay,
Hear me out, right? I just had an absolutely like business idea. Okay, someone don't steal this because I'm not gonna do it, but it's genius. Ready?
Okay.
If
Try not to.
iPhone releases dual recording, then couldn't someone make an attachment for the front and rear cameras that would provide like a fisheye lens to create 360 video?
I'm stealing that.
Like, think about it. Like how, I mean, it could be a phone case, but then you need something to go on the front though.
Okay, yeah.
So it could be like
the idea of 180 or 360 cams is that you can just take them anywhere and they're hyper portable.
Also,
Yeah,
the
I
problem with that is there aren't the same. The quality's different on the front and back
Right.
cameras, which would make it look really weird.
Yeah, the aperture's different. There's a bunch of stuff different. The stitching wouldn't look good. Even if it did, the whole point of a 360, 180, whatever cam is as like an action camera.
all right, fine. I'll just stick with my Insta360 X5.
Yeah, I wouldn't
All right, redesign camera app.
I wouldn't worry too hard about anybody stealing that.
Okay.
Okay.
Maybe in the
app, we talked
future.
about that. Floating tab bar in apps is actually just like the fact that we didn't already have that is crazy.
That's something that's just kind
At
of
least
like,
we're getting it though.
it's nice. It looks good.
Like the TV app has had that for so long.
And in the leaks that happened, there was this animation that wasn't really shown in the mock-ups, but whenever you switch tabs, it becomes like a 3D bubble. Does that?
Pretty sure you.
Ooh.
I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
Pretty sure you did show it in the mock-ups.
I didn't show it in the mock-up. It turns into, they shade it really nice. I haven't seen it in a mock-up yet.
Well, I think
I saw some
finally
people get
battery
really close.
intelligence. It's kind of goofy. Like
Battery
mean-
intelligence is great. That's the one feature.
I think it's great, but at the same time, how often are we?
Dude, you're clipping. Like, back up.
Sorry, I was holding my mic. If you think about it, how often do we actually? Okay, so here's the thing. I almost never get under 50% on my phone, right? But
Really?
even then, yeah. No, I never. My phone's only died 3 times since I got it, and I got it last September.
Damn.
Wow.
So, the fact that I know that is funny too. But anyway, so battery intelligence is great. I think it's a great feature. But for me personally, it doesn't actually add any benefit to my life. It's like gimmick because I don't care how long till I'm fully charged. If I'm not, I'm gonna leave anyway. And if I am fully charged, I'll just leave. Like,
a lot
Most
of people aren't
though,
like
with
that, dude.
with like older phones, that's really a valuable feature though.
yeah, but here's the deal. If it's battery intelligence, I don't know about the leak. I don't know what leaks are, but like, aren't they only gonna release this on Apple Intelligence models?
I don't know.
Like, I feel like that's
I
something
feel like
they
that
would
would
do.
be really stupid for them to do.
Yeah, I think that would.
Okay, well, if
It's literally
if they,
just dividing volts by minutes. It's like a stupidly simple calculation.
so then why haven't they already done it? That's the question.
Yeah, it's
the
on, like,
same
pretty
reason
much
they
every
didn't
other
make a
platform.
calculator app on an iPad for like 40 years.
Stubbornness.
Yeah, whatever.
Oh, actually, no.
Priorities.
They said, quote, because we wanted to do it right.
Oh
End
yeah.
quote.
So they're gonna do this right.
Well, they can't say stubbornness. That would ruin their marketing.
No, they're gonna have the courage to introduce battery intelligence, and it's gonna be unapologetically bad.
Yeah.
Oh,
Dude, that should be the Apple Intelligence tagline. Unapologetically bad. The people are leaving and joining. I don't know what's up with that. So, yeah, battery intelligence is great. I don't see an issue with it. I
Are
want
there
it.
people in here?
Seems helpful. Yeah, it's a stage channel. So there's like people that were watching, but now there's not really
Gotcha.
anybody here. So, how long have
Yeah.
we been going for?
okay.
Go ahead.
Too long. I have one question, right?
Yeah.
I want each of you to answer. If each of us, or if each of y'all could have one feature in iOS 26 that would be like the feature, other than all the stuff on screen, because that's all already coming, right?
Yeah.
But like, if you could have something, what would? Okay, the full experience specific, and then like, what's one app that you would improve something like one thing about?
let's think about that.
Asher, anything for you?
I would want to. Okay, I know this is technically possible, but I would want to like share play my screen with someone through messages without FaceTiming them.
Yeah.
Like if I want to show someone I don't know, like scroll through text or show someone late at night where like we don't want to call cuz
So
whatever.
Why not?
Why not FaceTime
Why not
and
just-
mute? Yeah, I know. I just feel like
Yeah, you could do that. Wait, so you just want I want to screen share with you rather than I want to FaceTime you and screen share. It's like it's its own application.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, just as part of messages. And it would just do
Well,
a little
I mean-
picture-in-picture thing.
It would be like one of those app things in messages where you like click up and it's it's like location, check in, screen share.
Yeah, exactly. Hold on, like let me open messages cuz I think there's like a share play. There's like
I think there is.
yeah, so if I tap on the FaceTime button, here I'm doing it right now, and I tap on share my screen, it says waiting for Nathan Stevens, but then I think he has to join. Nathan, do you hear me?
Yeah.
Nathan, what did you just see whenever I did that?
What do you mean?
You're on a
what do you
podcast,
mean?
so don't say anything crazy. What just happened? Did you just get a FaceTime call from me, or what happened there?
I don't know.
Sky, bro.
Asher, just do it to me.
Okay, I'm gonna do it to someone else. Thank you, Nathan. Okay.
Nathan, you're goofy.
Yeah, I'll try it to you, Asher. So I type in your contact, and I press, and I say hi. I send you a text, and now I can tap here. It says, share my screen. What do you get? It's
I
literally.
get a call.
It's just a
It says
FaceTime call.
FaceTime.
Okay. So
The FaceTime. It's a FaceTime audio though.
it doesn't matter.
There's a difference.
Anyway, it would be cool if there was just a better UI for screen sharing inside of messages. That would be cool.
Okay. Now what about overall software thing? That's just like messages. What about like overall software?
Overall software, like no more bugs, no more like being in a FaceTime call and people randomly flipping upside down, or like being outside and taking a photo of something and then your phone is just like, oh, I just connected to a MagSafe charger, and then it plays a little animation and starts charging even though you're standing in the middle of a park. That'd be nice.
Yeah.
But I don't know
know-
if I'm asking for too much.
You know the you know the screen on a TV when it does like the weird color, right?
No.
You've never heard of color bars? You don't know what that is?
Oh, like
Nope.
media offline type stuff?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, okay,
Sure.
I know what you mean.
So my phone, okay, will at random times, and I'm at the point where I don't even believe it's happening because it's so quick that it's like literally like 0.01 of a second, right?
Yeah.
The whole screen will go to purple and black and gray line for like the shortest amount of time possible.
Sounds like a display ribbon issue.
But
Yeah,
nothing.
sounds like
Or like a
your
mental
display's
issue.
getting.
But I have no other things, like no other symptoms of any display issues.
Well, that's a pretty big symptom, I'd say.
Yeah, but it's only happened like.
I don't know, dude. I don't know. That's like...
Hey, did you just stop playing footage and just start playing like drone footage?
I don't
Stop
know
playing.
what happened. But that's like saying that
corner.
you can't see, but you don't think you're blind because you don't have any other symptoms. Like,
Okay.
there's a display issue because you're having issues with your display.
Wait, Ish, what's that in the corner?
It could
Yeah, I saw that earlier.
This is... I'm flying a drone right now, and I have it connected.
Why?
Oh? No, dude. It's just non-copyright music, and it has POV drones set up.
Oh.
So, we didn't talk at all about any other software. What about Mac OS? We're all Mac
Yeah, I was
users,
just
right?
mentioning that.
Will, do you use Mac OS?
Yeah.
I use Windows.
Oh.
Sorry,
Oh.
guys. I mean, I have a
Yeah.
Mac for school, but
Okay.
Kick him out.
Good enough. So all of us, it's fair to say, we all use Mac. It's close to perfect, dude. Like, they can make it look better,
it's pretty good.
but Mac OS is pretty... I don't have any complaints. Not that many
Yeah.
bugs. When there are bugs, it's like computers have bugs. For all the stuff it can do, I'd expect there to be some weird bugs. But if they make it look better, they make it look better. iPad is gonna get what? They're gonna give it a menu bar?
I want iPad to like actually be able to do stuff.
Then just get a Mac.
Like a Mac. Yeah, just
Yeah.
get a Mac.
See,
Well, I have
you
a-
got me,
And
dude.
the MacBook Air and the iPad Pro. Okay, calm down.
Look,
but
I
like-
have the iPad mini. It's perfect if you want to watch a video or play a game, and that's all you need. Or watch a
I
YouTube
agree.
video. I'm not trying to do
Here's the-
stuff on my iPad. That's ridiculous.
Yes, except I think depending on what you do for school, I think an iPad is more practical, especially high school. Like I think the iPad is a very practical high school device.
Yeah.
Granted, I would rather use a computer, but like when I mean, obviously y'all all know Carter, right?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah,
Right, so
but
he-
iPad Pro.
Had the iPad Pros as his school devices. Well, when I went to private school, I had a MacBook Air as my school device, and everyone had a computer.
I had an
It was
iPad.
great.
I used an iPad mini for school stuff. I would type up stuff.
Right, I know. Except, well, with me, the reason like the computer was great. We didn't have to. Well, we had Microsoft Teams, but everything we did on the computer, none of it was like creative enough that we would have had to use. Like I didn't take video editing, so I didn't need a computer.
Uh-huh.
So the Macs are heavy to carry
Well,
back and forth every day.
I have a
It
Mac.
depends.
I had Air, but whatever. Well, like when I went.
There's a
and did
difference between
different-
bulky and heavy.
Yeah. When I did homeschool, though, I used my iPad for my math class, and I would use my iPad for my physics. Okay, so everyone else had to take notes on paper because they were weird. I took my iPad Pro and took math notes on my iPad Pro, and like just the experience of being able to write everything down on your iPad and scroll through it and not have to run out of paper and not have to go to the next page and not having and like being able to just straighten what text out and being able to change colors in an instant and rearrange and change sizes based on how long, like all of that was just amazing.
Okay. So
And then I
here's
started using Freeform.
so here's your
But-
logic is, you want a machine that can do a bunch of like actual tasks like properly cheating on your homework with ChatGPT and being able to type in the prompts fast and stuff like that.
But here's the deal.
but
The Mac or the iPad can do it. The software is just not built to do it.
Oh yeah, I know. So you're saying you want a machine that can, or that has software that can, and then you also want to be able to take notes well with the Apple Pencil.
I want the Mac. I want the benefits of a Mac with the benefits of an Apple Pencil. Yes, basically.
Well,
To wake on.
let's hope they do it. Bro did not just say.
The only problem is that's kind of what Apple hasn't done it because they know that because they know that it loses. I just saw we have Dr. DeVoe. Dr. DeVoe.
Oh yeah, he's a mod.
I'm curious to know what you think about the new Mavic 4 Pro, since you're a drone pilot and photography tech enthusiast.
Keep
Bring it
on general. Oh, he just joined with his own free will.
And are you buying the new Inspire?
I am not. I have the Mavic 3 Pro. I really don't
Not
have
real-
a need to upgrade anything, so
You're not dropping 20K on a drone. Like, what are you doing with your life?
I just dropped like 11K on a ATV.
That's valid. I would buy a motorcycle before buying a drone, to be honest.
You owe me 1,000, right? 100, not 1,000. Right?
What?
What are you talking about, bro? It's like 11K for a ATV, and a drone is like
Jesus.
10K. Dr. DeVoe, do you have a Mavic 3? You have a Mavic 3, right? What'd that cost you? Like 6K?
Mavic 3 Pro. I bought it off a guy I used for like 2,500.
That's really good. You didn't get like the Senna, did you?
I got the Fly More kit with it too, with that
Nice.
price.
That retails like what, 550?
It's
Or 5,500, whatever.
I can't. I know it's not cheap. It's. Well,
I'm
I
about
think
I'm about to check.
Okay, so we've gone over all the little stuff like iOS and
I have one thing. I have one feature I want to request.
yeah, go for it.
Yeah, right. Apple has all of our data already, right? No, it's about $4,000 after tax, by the way, Dr. DeVoe. Apple has all of our data. Like, they know everything about. Like, it's all private, right? But they know everything about it,
Okay.
right?
Yeah.
So they have the songs we listen to. They have the books we read. They have the screen time we spend on all of our apps. They have our health data. Like, literally everything we do on our phone, all of it, right?
Sure.
So, like, 3 questions. Number 1, give me the ability to add all of it to Journal. Like, let me add music to Journal. Let me add, all that other stuff. Let me add it to Journal. Let me
Just
add
like
books I read to
just
Journal.
like daily stats, like to show your screen time and what songs and everything.
Well, that's next. Number 1, I just want the bit, like, if I finish reading a book or if I finish watching a movie, I have to take a screenshot of the movie poster or the screenshot of the book and add it to Journal for me to, like, have record of it, right? I mean,
Yeah.
I type about it, but there's no native way to add, like, music or books to Journal, right? And then they already have all this data. Why can't I have, like, my year wrapped and have the books I've read, like, not just in every
That'd
app?
be cool.
Because, like, I've read, like, let me look on my phone. Because, like, books tracks the books you've read, right? So this year I've read 20 books this year. I have 32 to go to reach my goal, right?
Yeah.
So that's great and all, but I'm just gonna get to the end of the year and it's gonna be like, you read all your books. How about something like, hey, a whole combination of you read 52 books this year, you listened to 2,000 songs, you like it
So, like,
knows when I'm driving. 'Cause
Journal.
I'm navigating.
Journal
You
wraps.
navigated. Well, not even just journal though. Like system wide, without having to journal everything, you drove.
Yeah,
this
but it could
many
be
hours.
it could be presented by the journal app.
Well, yeah, sure. But like, could you imagine you drove, 2,000 hours?
Oh, that's cool.
The
Yeah.
time in the
Okay.
maps. If you present it, because remember what we were talking about with the app, showing your data in forms of comparison to like real life.
Yeah.
Like, wouldn't it be cool if it's like you drove from here to LA 500 times, or like that's unrealistic.
Oh, like
or like
the typolytics
listen-
thing.
you listened to enough lyrics to go around the world 10 times.
That's cool.
Just like weird stuff because they have the data. Why not do it? And the problem is a third party can't do it because Apple won't give them access
Yeah.
to like.
Yeah, I like that.
But then people are made aware of how much data they have about you.
Which is true, but just keep it on device and tell everyone you're so cool and you take all these privacy measures and whatever.
Which they do
I think
anyway.
it's a great idea, but there's also, if you keep it on device, then there's storage issues.
iCloud,
Yeah, I mean, well, yeah,
Yeah.
but
which
that's not
isn't on device, but it's secure, and all your stuff is on iCloud anyway. All that info
Yeah,
is
that's
already
true.
on iCloud. So
That's true.
Oh,
Because it
yeah.
all- Bro, wait, guys, you want to know something? I'm gonna tell you something funny. I texted today, but I was just looking at my iCloud storage as.
bro's
And,
cutting out like crazy. Every like
Yeah.
keyword you say gets bleeped. So like all context
Right.
is
For real.
lost.
All right, one sec.
Dude.
All right.
Just
Better?
need
Yeah,
them
go
to
ahead.
give us more camera controls.
Yeah, I think we need 3 or 4 like camera buttons.
No.
Yeah, the camera control. Is that not what you meant?
You know what'd be great?
No, just
is
like
if we-
more
if we
control
could-
over your camera.
Oh yeah. Well, that could be achieved by like multiple buttons to give you like more control than ever before.
And because
Hey,
of
well, you
the
know what you do?
amazing feedback from the camera control, we're bringing those capabilities even more to the iPhone. Here it is now.
Asher, we should put it in like really functional places, like the bottom and top of the phone.
Yeah,
Oh
dude.
my god.
Well, I'd love if they moved it like down so that whenever you're using it in landscape, you
Yeah.
can actually use it. That would be.
Are you telling me that you just don't have like super
Actually-
long fingers?
No, nobody does. Nobody can reach the camera button, dude.
I know. Wait, you know what would be okay? So I had another business idea. Okay, right? What if you made a third-party accessory, like Beast grips, right?
Sure.
Except it interacted with the camera button using mechanical buttons. Like you could push a button on the front and it would push the camera button.
Oh geez. Oh, or you could like swipe with like bike shifters, like
Like it would
Like
have
a
like
trigger?
a
that's cool.
well, sure.
That would-
And it would have like a spinning wheel that would emulate your finger that would scroll over it to adjust.
Okay,
it.
okay,
And
hold
you
on.
could,
Hear me out. What? Okay, dude, they should do this. What if you could just take your finger and like touch the screen where the controls are already,
You
and
can.
then just like, oh, you
You
can?
literally can. Yeah, you can.
Wait, really?
Y'all didn't know that? Have y'all never tried that?
Whoa.
Y'all are actually just bad.
Wait, you're telling me there's controls?
Whoa.
You're telling me there's controls on the screen?
Yeah. So that
Yes!
button. So yeah. So
What?
yeah, you can actually change camera settings even if you don't have the 16 Pro. I don't
This
know.
changes everything.
It's some people think it's a conspiracy theory, but allegedly.
Wait.
Yeah, it's.
Wait, what?
I heard it's true. Yeah. So if you go back to one of the older iPhones before it had the camera control, you can actually control your camera just like with the screen.
What?
I heard some other people talking about it on a podcast.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it's like a
That's
conspiracy theory
mind-blowing.
podcast.
Wait,
yeah.
but you did realize that you can press the camera control button and then you can like drag the UI that pops up, right?
Nobody cares about the camera control.
Yeah, I don't think I've used
Oh
it.
yeah, drag
since-
the UI.
got
Yeah,
it.
yeah, you can do that. But like, why? Just drag the big UI that's meant to be pressed. But now they're
Okay,
gonna
here's the
ruin it
thing, though,
all.
right?
They're gonna ruin it all, so then it's like annoying to use if you don't have the camera control.
Can I just have the ability to if I like, why can't I use photographic styles and raw max at the same time? Someone explain that to me.
Cause they're literally meant for, like.
Yeah, but like.
Because photographic
take
styles changes the way that your phone processes photos. RAW is where your
Right.
phone doesn't process the photo.
So take the raw photo and apply processing to it, but allow me to still have the raw file in case I want
Oh.
to edit it somewhere else.
Oh my god. I don't know. I guess raw presets could be like a thing. And then what?
'Cause,
Whenever
like,
you
what-
airdrop it, it just gets rid of the look or what?
No, if you airdrop it, it gives it with the look, and you would have to airdrop it with all photos data.
But then it's not
to
a
get
raw
rid of the
file. Bro,
No.
you need to do some research, dog.
Okay, but here's the thing, right? We have, if you use Final Cut Camera, which I stopped using because I realized that I can't record in the camera, which is goofy anyway. Number one, I think Final Cut Camera is actually awesome if you did want to set up. You can capture in 50 FPS, but anyway, I can use LUT Preview in Final Cut Camera.
So what you're saying? Yeah, a preview is different than
Right.
saving
Right,
the raw
right.
file
Oh.
because then that's more data.
True, but I don't care about data. That's why I
No,
bought.
what we need is the equivalent to photographic styles in video.
That's true, but also, why can't Final Cut Camera just be like in the camera app? That's the question.
Because it's different. It's meant for a different
Audience. Okay, great,
yeah,
but like,
user base.
what if I wanted to just, okay, because I find it annoying if I want to record a video with the functionality of Final Cut Camera, I have to open Final Cut Camera. Why can't I just turn on a setting that says, if video, while in the Photos app, just give me the display
Like
of
what?
Final Cut Camera?
Like what preview LUTs? Like what are the
Well,
options that you're
the
talking
ability
about?
Well, you can adjust your frame rate from 24, 25, 30, 50, 60, 100, and 120 FPS. You can choose your quality, so 720, 1080, or 4K.
Can't you
can
do
choose
that in Photos
SDR.
app?
You can't change this stuff without going to settings.
I mean, are you really switching between 24 and 25 frames per second that often?
I mean, I've never used either of those, but
Okay, well then there's my point. Like,
you can also adjust the manual focus. Like, did you know that? You can use manual focus.
look, no, it's saying the Photos app is for people like you that don't change the frame rate that often. The Final
Well,
Cut
yeah,
Camera
but you
app is for
can't-
people
I
that do.
can't adjust the manual focus in my normal camera, but I can adjust it in Final Cut.
When would you ever need to change your manual focus in the normal Photos app? Just tap.
Yes, but if I wanted to use manual focus,
Then you
I can't without going to Final Cut Camera.
then go to Final Cut Camera. I don't know.
That's because people that use the built-in Photos app aren't trying to change all that. It's
Yeah,
normally just
dude.
for like a quick photo.
Exactly. The whole idea of it is for it to be quick. Just use Halide if you want control, or code your own camera app. It's not that hard.
That's
Is
what I need though.
my-
A camera app that can change all that stuff that's from Apple.
That's what I'm saying.
Well, isn't that what Final Cut Camera app is?
Not
For
really. You don't-
photos. For photos, not
Oh,
for
for
video.
photos?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
I mean. Well, also, like, okay, wait. Let me tell my very important thing I figured out. iCloud storage. I scroll. I click on storage. We're almost out of storage. We're gonna have to upgrade from 4 terabytes to whatever the next plan is.
Oh my god.
Anyway.
Yeah.
So-
28.
No. That's my iCloud storage, bro.
Oh, okay. I
All
thought
right.
Oh,
So this is
got
kinda
that
goofy,
fixed.
I don't know where my brain was there.
This is kind of goofy. I have two Safari things. They're both Safari, but they have different amounts of storage. I have 1.4 megabytes of stickers, 1.2 megabytes of image playground. Let's see, what else do I have? All right, here's the funny part, right? At the very bottom, iMovie has 0.1. It has 115 bytes of iMovie data. So that's like so small, right?
For what?
But even below that, I don't know what it is. I have no clue, bro. Even below that, right? I have Siri. And it says no storage used, right? But I go to the very bottom and I read it, and it says data stored in iCloud by Siri, not counted to your storage usage. Siri uses iCloud to help improve responsiveness across all
That's
your Apple devices.
suspicious. That's kind of sketchy, dude. I get that checked out. I don't know. Apple's weird with their AI stuff. This is a well-known thing. Look.
Does anyone else have Siri storage in their thing?
Okay, let's check. I guess we're all gonna check. Where do I go? It's in iCloud settings.
iCloud, scroll to the bottom. All right, one more complaint that I have before I let you do your thing is the fact that I can't actually customize the I can't customize standby mode as much as I want to. And no, I don't want to use the app. Like,
That's
it's
fair.
goofy. Just let me choose the actual color I want. You have a native built-in color picker. But no, you have to use one of their like 6, 7, 8 colors. And it's not even like Apple Watch colors where they release more over time. They're just only those, and you can't adjust them at all. And some of the standby modes, like right now, I have this really standby mode. Right? It's red and it's black in the back, and it has a red gradient around it. But guess what? It is it's like a sunlight mode.
Here's
which
the
means
thing.
when the sun's up, it changes color.
Look, Buster, here's the thing with the color picker is it lets you choose values. And right now, the default color picker there's no version of it where you can just change a color without changing how dark it is. And they think people are going to try to make maroon and then get mad when it comes out as bright red. Because they're not trying to make you put black text on a black background or dark gray text on a on a black background. See what I mean?
They should just fix it.
Like make a color picker, like a version of the color picker that doesn't change values, or that doesn't change like brightness. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I mean they should do that. Ton of stuff they should do.
Just let me do it. Like,
You just walked away from your microphone.
Yeah, where'd you go?
I'm making food, bro.
Okay.
Bruh.
Okay, so we went over iOS. We went over all the like small stuff. Now we're gonna get to the main topic, the star of the show, some might say. WatchOS. What are we looking for here?
Dude,
What?
Yeah, you
How's that
didn't-
the start of the show?
Zell, that's what everybody's. Did you see
I hope
Twitter?
they change like the.
What are you
Bro,
talking
Mark Gurman literally just dropped a whole thing about.
Wait, did he?
Yeah, I remember watching. No, I'm joking. Ashley, you're supposed to.
Oh yeah. No, I saw that too. Yeah, he said it. WatchOS is gonna get the Monopoly redesign, where it looks like old Monopoly boards.
Wait, Ashley, you literally skipped over the most important thing about the update.
The naming.
Vision OS name drop.
Oh, I can't show the photo to the people because there's no video.
Oh.
Unfortunately. Maybe I'll have it up on screen. Who knows? Maybe I won't. If I do, it'll be on YouTube. But yeah, so here's the context behind that. So iOS has this feature called Name Drop where you can touch the
Basically, facilitate discussion.
bro, what? Why do I hear video? Okay, anyway. Yeah, you can touch the tips of 2 iPhones together, and then it will transfer your contact. It'll share your contact. It shows up a little prompt, and you can tap share, and then it pushes over your contact with your data, your photo, and name. Pretty cool feature.
Too. What
Um,
people does not know about this?
a lot of people do actually. Like,
That's what I'm asking. Who are you explaining it to?
oh, I don't know. I'm just giving context.
Okay, but did you see
Android
my
people.
post today that the fact that people don't have their own contact poster set up is
Yeah, I
actually
saw
true?
it. You complain about too much stuff, but you got too mad over that.
People don't even put their name in their contact though. Like I've literally name dropped who only have their email in their own contact.
Okay, that is a little bit messed up.
And I'm like, oh bro, your phone number's not in here. Like, could you type it in?
That is a little bit messed up. Okay, I'm trying to tell them about the Vision OS thing though. So what Asher and I did, what was it, a few months ago, is he came over, he brought his Vision Pro, and we made this little ad image of the two of us wearing Vision Pros leaning forward so like the eyes are like right up against each other. And that was supposed to be a concept of of what name drop would look like if it was on Vision OS. Here, Will, I'll show you a photo right now. This. So
I could just imagine like rubbing foreheads with someone.
yeah, and then it shares your contact, and you go, "Oh, nice to meet you. Yeah, let's get coffee sometime or whatever." So yeah, that's name drop on Vision Pro. A concept, obviously. Here's here's what battery intelligence would look like. Looking good.
Honestly,
Okay.
cannot wait for that.
Guys, is there anything wrong with watchOS?
It's a little buggy sometimes, but
is it?
other
I
than
mean,
that, not really.
I love whenever LinkedIn buzzes on your wrist and just shows you a dude. That's cool. Do you have the LinkedIn app? Will?
Me, no.
Oh yeah, you should get the LinkedIn app, cause like a couple times a day your wrist just vibrates and it just shows you a photo of a guy, like full screen. Yeah, that's nice. Yeah, watchOS is pretty perfect. I guess they're gonna make it look like it's made of glass, which is cool.
One thing I've
Yeah.
been wondering is if these like OS wide redesigns, if they're gonna like have a big impact on design as a whole, like iOS 7 did. with
Oh,
flat
like
design.
if everyone's gonna
Yeah.
start going full glass? I hope not, honestly. I really hope
I know.
not.
'Cause-
Glass
I
has
I hope
been
people don't do that.
yeah, glass has been such a trend, especially this year. Like the amount of glassy everything when it comes to UI design.
Yeah.
It's nice and all, but if everything's glass,
Too
then
much.
everything's glass. Yeah, it's too much. It's too much. Even this mock-up I made here looks too much. Like this widget honestly would look better if it was just opaque. If it wasn't, if everything wasn't made of
Right.
the same crap. Yeah, go ahead.
At what point will we realize that? Because what we talked about earlier, the fact that everything is glass is kind of like the future of going to augmented reality, right?
Okay.
So the question is, at what point does everything become the most minimalistic thing possible? Where everything, because
We passed that point.
no. Glass is meant to convey the depth and meant to convey the feeling of something existing in your own reality.
Yeah.
Right?
Okay.
But like specifically when we get to glasses or Vision Pro, at what point will people decide that instead of having like, the camera icon like it is now, they don't want a background. They literally just want the camera so they know what it is, so that they can see more and just have icons? Or do you think we're gonna stay
What are you
with
talking
this?
about, dude?
'Cause that's what. Okay, at what point do we go from logos to favicons?
A favicon is the thing that goes at the top of a website.
I know, that's what I'm saying. Like
Like way more
every
minimal.
right, every company has simplified their logo almost completely,
Yeah.
and where everything can be recognized by one stroke. I mean, you think about the Chick-fil-A C. Like
Yeah,
that
I was
is
about to say that. Like if everything was simply one outline and one color.
right. That's what I'm asking. Like, at what point do we realize that we want more space and less obtrusion to
When
convey what we
everything
want?
looks exactly the same, which it kind of already does.
I mean, that's a good and a bad thing, you know?
yeah.
Well, I mean, think about the 1960s. Like, there were colored cars, and like, when was the last time you saw a pink car? That was a default factory color that Chevrolet sold on the Bel Airs.
Really?
And now, yeah, the teal and pink Bel Airs.
I mean,
Wow.
those new Jaguars are gonna be.
Those are concept cars. Okay, I don't want to hear it.
Okay, yeah. Well,
Jaguar is goofy.
are we gonna go back?
Wait, but watch OS, right? It needs Apple Intelligent. Like, I want the animation, right?
Okay, yeah.
I also want. I think it's like functionally just. It's unique. Like, you saw my post the other day where I had 2 dismiss buttons.
Yeah, I
Like,
did
that's
see
just
that.
weird.
Yeah.
And there's just, I think having the app layout like it is also kind of weird too. Like, why can't I scroll through pages on my watch? Why do I have to scroll up and?
What do you mean scroll through? Like a home screen?
Well, yeah, like
Because they want you to use
on
the
the
crown,
watch.
and the crown is nice.
the crown is nice, and I do use it, but I don't use. I just scroll finger on the screen.
Yeah, but dude,
Now,
whenever they
granted,
combined,
I have an ultra, and it's big, so.
whenever they combined, because remember they used to have like the big grid view that you would zoom out of, and then they had a list view, and then they kind of combined it to where it's like a grid, or like a honeycomb that you scroll through. That's great. That's the peak. That's the peak navigation method, I think.
Yeah,
But,
I
like,
agree.
I don't know how many apps y'all have on your watch, but I have to scroll.
I don't even
At
use
least-
apps on my watch. I just like look at it, and like sometimes I look at like my calendar.
Yeah, if you
I
have
have
that
it-
many apps on your watch, I mean,
Well, I have all the Apple native apps, obviously.
Which is already a ton, because like
Right.
for apps on your iPhone that have like 3 tabs, there will just be 3 apps for your watch.
Right.
yeah.
And then I have like 4 additional apps. So I have my Porsche, I have Aura, I have Tesla, and I have Flight Radar.
Do you have a Porsche or a Tesla?
And I have the Apple Store.
Do you have a Porsche or a Tesla?
That is completely unrelated to what we're talking about.
I think it's unrelated at all. I think
don't-
That's related.
I think it's pretty
you don't
related.
need.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Why do you have those
I
apps
was just
if you
using the
don't
My
have it?
Vision Pro app the other day.
For real.
Yeah, and there's like a My Nuke controller. There's like a bunch of apps that I need to delete probably, because they're bloatware.
I hope that instead of, you know how when you have a live activity and you tilt your wrist to look at your watch, it like automatically shows the live activity. I wish it didn't do that.
I think it's a setting.
Yeah,
Really?
yeah.
Where
it
do
is.
I go to turn this off?
You go to the My Watch app on your phone, and
Are
then
you sure?
you go to settings.
Oh, is it yeah, it's Smart Stack. You have to turn off auto launch live
Oh.
activities.
Yeah,
Thank
you
you.
can set up your own stacks, dude. That was such a good update. The last Watch OS or the
Wait,
the WW23 one. What a good
I need
update.
to know, is it possible for non-Vision Pro users to get the?
I think right.
No, I don't think so.
How do I? What's it called?
It's called Vision Pro.
Let's see.
Go to App Store.
Vision Pro.
Oh, yeah. Yeah,
Well-
I think I have that app. I don't even have it.
Yeah, there's a thing where you tap on Apple, like the developer. Yeah, right here,
Right.
Apple Vision Pro. There's also Apple Immersive Video Utility. What's that?
I have that.
What is it?
It's basically how you can edit and view your videos before publishing them.
Okay, let's open up. Welcome to Apple Vision Pro. Discover new content. Get your Vision Pro ready. Get more from Vision Pro. It wants to send me notifications. It says this week. There's like a bunch of movies and stuff.
Yeah.
This
I
is
didn't
the
realize
worst
that
app
you
I've
could
ever
download it.
used.
I didn't realize you could download it with
Yeah, this is like a
So-
pretty bad app, dude. There's like no tabs. There's like no navigation. It's just a bunch of
There's
tiles.
really no reason for it.
Yeah, that's
well,
a
if you
horrible
click
app.
on My Vision, if you click on My Vision Pro, there's other stuff, but that doesn't pop up for you, I assume.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Well, then that makes sense. All right. Anything else? Any predictions for Dub Dub that you want to add?
You should just buy Vision Pro and then find out.
Oh, it's so not worth it, dude. I don't. That's against Apple's terms of service to have to buy something off of the app to unlock something inside of the app. That's against their terms of service. So
Wait, what's the difference between DaVinci Resolve and DaVinci Resolve Studio?
Studio has a bunch of stuff like halation, Magic Mask, GPU
Wait,
stuff.
so why did you make me download DaVinci Resolve off like the website when it's literally in the App Store?
DaVinci Resolve is in the App Store?
Yeah, on my computer.
Oh,
You just
I didn't
download
even
it.
know that.
You're goofy.
Literally didn't even know that. Okay, any predictions anyone's got before I end it?
I think we are gonna get a one more. Well, I think we're gonna get some form. Maybe it won't be a one more, but we're gonna get some form of new version of, or announcement of, or release of a new product in some way. Like maybe not, like at least updated. So maybe that's a new AirTag. Maybe that's a new.
Yeah, so the
maybe that's
options would be AirTag 2, HomePad 1.
And we're definitely gonna get new software. Obviously, we're gonna get like that gaming app or whatever.
What Mac hasn't been updated?
I thought they delayed the HomePad again.
Well, yeah, because Apple Intelligence.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, honestly, I don't see
really
what
hope
could be
they fix some of that
updated.
stuff.
We just got all the hardware. All the Macs like just got updated. They have the latest chip, except M4 Ultra.
HomePod.
Maybe we get M4 Ultra. Maybe.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true.
All right, everyone. Thank you so much for listening to Tech and Then Some.
Bro, literally no one listened to this.
The second episode. If well, I don't know. If you do listen to it, and you are here, then you can leave a comment.
Did you know? Did you know that you can buy Apple remote
Dude,
desktop?
this is what you do on a call. I don't care. Goodbye, everybody.